Well, here we are. It's another Wednesday. We're almost over the hump, and a surprising plot twist. Kamen Rider Geats is available on Plex, an app that I do not own. It's still a free app. It's just weird that it's, available for free on a channel that I don't own. Because normally it would be on Tubi or Pluto, but here it is on Plex. It's crazy. I'm watching episode 4 right now as I'm doing this podcast. Can you believe it? Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Rider Time Podcast. I'm Mike, your host, and today we will be discussing not Kamen Rider Geats, but rather the season right after it. That season being Kamen Rider Gotchard episode 23. Zukyun, always in my heart. And yeah, and one thing I do notice is that the subtitles for Kamen Rider Geats do look a little Kaizoku-y, not gonna lie. I mean, maybe Tokusatsu got better at their designs for their subtitles, but it definitely doesn't look like what I'm used to seeing in terms of in terms of Tokusatsu. Just saying, if you guys upped your subtitles game, more power to you guys. I'm always happy to see room for improvement, but these are definitely not the subtitles I'm used to seeing, is all I'm saying. But yes, every episode of Kamen Rider Geats is available on Plex. And now that I got Geats out of the way, let's talk about Gotchard, a less enjoyable season, at least less enjoyable for me. I'm not as big of a fan of Gotchard as I am of Geats. I'd rather just talk about Geats all over again, but that's not what this channel is about. This channel is about talking the latest episodes of Kamen Rider, and that is Kamen Rider Gotchard. So, here we are. So here we are. It is part 2 of an episode that was set up to look like it was supposed to be part of a Renge focus episode. But here we run into a problem. It's not a Renge focus episode. She has a little bit more spotlight compared to usual, but it's not focused on her. Not gonna lie, I am a little sad about it because I wanted to see more character focus from her. I mean, I know that Hotaru and Rine are the two main characters, but as I said before, I want the rest of the squad to get more episodes. I don't want another Teraraki situation from Blazar where he doesn't get his own episode till towards like the last 20% of the show. I want everyone to have a spotlight. I want everyone to be to get growth, development. And if we're gonna say anything, it really does seem like Sabimaru got more character development in this episode than Renge, in a fridge kind of way. I can't remember the exact name of the trope, but it's a DC trope involving a fridge. Basically, Renge's not the focus of the episode. It's more like she's just there to push the plot along, while the actual main characters, which are Hotaru and Rine, do the actual work. And yeah, that's all I have to say on the matter. We continue where we left off, and I still am not a fan of the whole Commantis Liger design. It's just all over. I get it. It's supposed to be a hybrid, chimera. It's just all over the place. I mean, just look at those Liger paws. They're just sticking out of the arm frivolously. Like, at least Orochi Shovel for Kamen Rider Valvared, at least like they used 6 of the 8 heads as actual shovel claws. You know, it had a design that looked very intentional, purposeful, ergonomic. This just looks like a mess. And I get it, the two mantis claws forming a pincer on the other arm. I mean, it would look like a cool pincer if this was a stag beetle Kemi, but it's a praying mantis. The whole point of its arms is that they look like scythes, you know? It just feels weird, like relegating them to a simple pincer. At least turn them into a spear or a scythe. I don't know. It just feels wrong, you know. Uh, I feel like I could come up with a better design. And honestly, we've seen better hybrid designs. Examples: Shin Kamen Rider just Shin Kamen Rider, the 2023 film. You got the mantis chameleon design. It looked really good. I really liked it. The two parts really complement each other. I respect it. When we had the lion jellyfish greed from Kamen Rider O's, it had a pretty good design. Was it symmetrical? No, but it fit the aesthetic. Yes, I used the A word, aesthetic. I know this is a word more commonly used with Alvarez and his teacher, but they got a point. Freaking the lion jellyfish thing had a really good aesthetic. It did what it needed to get done. It had the whole part cat, part aquatic motif because what's his name? Kazuri had Mezul's medals. I get that. It worked. But this is just messy. It's just really messy. I mean, Clotho's kicking two riders' butts at the same time, but I just don't care for the costume, And I've seen other Kemis have better designs. But excuse me. But after they retreat, we find out what Zukyun was really doing with the giant love bomb. That's right, a love bomb. It's like a spirit bomb, but heart shaped because it's part 2 of a Valentine's special. And basically, he's going to make all the world fall in love. And it turns out love comes out of prize because, as it turns out, he didn't even know that he drains people of their power from the power of love. And honestly, if you really think about it, Zukyun Vampire is actually one of the deadliest chemis in the series so far. Like, even if there's like other chemis that have like seemingly more violent powers, I feel like the way Zukyun Vampire operates is just, it's more subtle, but deadlier. Because people are not completely aware that they are weaker. They're being drained. And even he himself is not aware that he's draining them, which means without self-control, he could destroy an entire city and being completely unaware of it. And he's probably going to think, oh, people are sad. I don't know why. I'm going to execute them even more so that they become happy again. But he's not aware that he's the one causing it. It's kind of like giving someone a substance addiction repeatedly without being aware that the substance is causing them to withdraw. And then when they get sick from it, they assume, hey, maybe I should feed them more of that substance to make them feel better, not aware that it's a substance itself that's making them feel worse. It's kind of like Punk Hazard from One Piece, except Caesar absolutely knew what the Caesar candy was gonna do. Okay. Uh, but yeah, turns out the reason why he wanted to make everyone fall in love is because turns out jealous girl that was fighting with Renge over Zukyun vampire, she got dumped by her boyfriend, and then when he spawned during the first episode, he wanted to make her happy. That's so cute. He even gives her a flower. And yeah, so he's like, I don't want anyone to feel miserable for being dumped. What a gallant hunk. Too bad that his gallantry is going to cause people's undoing. That's a darn shame, though. Darn shame, because I really like that. I really like that. And of course, he does start to fall apart from it, but turns out him trying to create the Zukyun bomb was part of Clotho's plan all along. Because, yeah, as if absorbing two Kemis wasn't enough, she wants to absorb Zukyun vampire as well, and if she lets him become even stronger by accidentally using the Zukyun bomb on everyone else, then when she absorbs him, she'll be even more powerful than absorbing him straight up. So poor guy's a hostage now in his own situation. Thankfully, our heroes get on the scene, and of course, Rene, feeling very mad at the way that ZQ was being used the whole time, she uses a new form, which is a Moon Cerberus, in order to fight back against it. I'm going to be honest, while I do like the white and cyan color scheme, similar to that of Blizzard Lion from Kamen Rider Saber, honestly, as shape-wise, I do not care for it as much as Sun Unicorn. I like the Sun Unicorn design a lot better, but I like the color scheme for this one more. On the other hand, basically, it's a Chun-Li motif. Not only do two of the three wolf heads become bun heads. So, yeah, I'm gonna make an Usagi joke. Watch where you're going, bunhead. Yeah, like even like the actual costume looks more like a cheapao than it originally did. I mean, it doesn't really look like a cheapao, just a little more like a cheapao. And she uses kung fu moves to fight against Clotho. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like if she lost the shoulders, like if she lost the shoulder pads, like the costume would pop more as a kung fu motif, because I feel like they distract away from the intended design rather than improve upon it. Don't get me wrong, I like the design of the shoulder pads. I'm just saying that if you're going for the cheapao motif, you should really lose them, is what I'm saying. I mean, maybe you could like put them on the thigh, make them thigh guards instead, just to really accentuate, the whole like Chun-Li thing, because Chun-Li got them well, she doesn't skip leg day. She doesn't skip leg day. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say on this form. She does some kung fu moves, like she does like a Chun-Li pose. It's okay. It's okay, honestly. Again, I prefer the unicorn form. I just like the cyan core color. It's more preferable to me over the orange of the unicorn sun. But yeah, I still prefer the unicorn form. So I'm sorry, guys. I mean, maybe if she uses this form a lot more, it might grow on me, but so far it really hasn't. But of course, Zukyun Vampire does entrust his uh uh he does entrust his Kemi powers to Gotchard, which is cool because turns out his power, when used with the Excalibur, that's what I'm gonna call it, the X. caliber because it's the X for 10, and it's caliber because all the swords in Kamen Rider are called calibers. And it gives him like a love slash where he creates like a heart-shaped slash. Yeah. Yeah. Basically, Mantis and Liger end up falling in love with Gotchard, causing Clotho to lose control over it. This kind of reinforces what I said earlier. It is probably one of the most dangerous chemis out there, even if it isn't blatantly destructive like some of the X chemis are. Let me put it like this. Mineta from My Hero Academia. He does not have the most destructive powers like Bakugo and Midoriya have. But but his power, like his ability to like pull out sticky orbs from his head, like that is actually a useful skill that he has been able to defeat much stronger opponents with. So if given the right motivation, he could be clever enough to use his ridiculously utilitarian as opposed to powerful, not so powerful, but definitely full of utility quirk to defeat All for One. Like I'm pretty sure Mineta could defeat All for One if he was given the right motivation. It's not the most destructive, but it can be the most useful. And Zukyun can be dangerous because of the way it can be used. Like you won't cause any explosions, but the power of love can be dangerous in the wrong hands. So yeah, honestly, I really like this. I really like this. Of course, they finally recapture the two chemis that were taken by Clotho, and Grayon grills her a little bit in a way that makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable, but then he just ignores it. Okay, fine, fine, fine. Now, this scene is a little bit interesting. This scene is a little bit interesting. Now, okay, I did not mention that in that earlier scene, they make their own replica unicorn card to be able to use with Kamen Rider Dread. So we might see that in the next episode. But let's focus on this specifically. Range is a little upset. She's like, "How could an Osakan like me fall for such a cheap trick?" But Sabimaru feels a little bit happy because it's like, "Yay, Range is no longer in love with the Kemi." And I'm thinking, I know what you're up to, Sabimaru. And let's be honest. Have you seen that screenshot from the theme song where they showed those two characters? Let's be honest. Sabimaru has the hots for Renge. And it is freaking adorable. Like, it's so cute. Honestly, forget Otaro, forget Rene, forget Spanner. Honestly, I want more of these two. I want the show to focus on them because these two are a freaking adorable. And of course, what happened to Rejected Girl? Well, her ex-boyfriend wants her back, but she's like, nope. She's like, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all my life to live. I've got all my love to give, just not to you. I'm like, you go, girl. You go, girl. You don't need to settle for a guy who doesn't care for you. And you know what? I can relate to her because I know that I have been in her situation where someone tried to cut me out of their life and then they try to pull me back in because they could not do better. But I'm like, no, I deserve better. And this girl deserves better. And if you're watching this podcast, y'all deserve better. Unless you're already in a happy relationship, in which case you probably already have it. But the point is, if you got recently dumped by someone who is of not so savory character, don't give him an inch. You can do better. I believe in you guys. I want you to be happy. Zukyun! And that's pretty much the whole episode. I believe in you guys. But yeah, what are my thoughts on this episode? Definitely better than some of the previous episodes. Definitely better than episode 22. I just feel a little disappointed that Renge didn't get as much character focus as she was advertised to. Because again, I honestly think that Renge and Sabimaru are the more interesting characters, even though they get the least amount of character focus out of all the ones that we've seen so far. And I know Sabimaru got that one 3-part episode where he turns into Dread, but I don't want it to stop there. I want Sabimaru to get more focus. I want Renge to get more focus. I'm not gonna lie though, I think it would be interesting if all 5 main characters became Kamen Riders. Like what if what if for whatever reason, instead of using 2 6s together, what if Spanner really did use 6 and 4? And of course we would get Renge to use 2 and 8, and then have Sabimaru use 2 5s, or vice versa. Actually, no. Spanner should use 2 5s because that way we got doubles. And it adds up to 10. Then we would have, Renge as 4 and 6, Sabimaru as 2 and 8. We already have Rine as 3 and 7, and of course with Hotaro's 1 and 9, we have all 5 possible combinations of numbers that add up to 10. Like we would have all 5 combinations, and we have 5 main characters becoming 5 writers. It'll be like Power Rangers, but different. That could have worked. So now I'm thinking, why does Spanner use 2 6s for his main form? It should have been 2 5s. 2 5s. That way, he's got the double thing going. Like he does with his main form, like with the Mad Wheel, or with Mad Wheel with, what was it again? With the Shogun thing. But it still follows the 10-point rule. Heck, you could give him side forms that are double 6, double 4, double 2, double 8, whatever. But make his main form double 5 so that you got the doubles rule and the tens rule at the same time. Oh my god, how could you miss that, Toei? How could you miss that? That was so perfect. And again, with that in mind, they could get Renge and Sabimaru to become writers, where we have all 5 combinations of 10. Oh my god. Like, see, I'm getting all these cool ideas. How did you guys not come up with that? I give this episode 8 because it had a lot of good things going for it. But again, Renge got robbed, and I wish she got more focus. All she did this episode was carry another girl on her arm, which is, I'm glad she's doing that. She didn't just leave her in the gutter. But why advertise this 2-part episode as a Renge focus episode if you're not going to make her the focus character? I mean, imagine if you had an episode where it's like a Power Rangers where it's like, oh, you got what's it called? Imagine if you had an episode. It's like, today on Power Rangers, it is Zach's birthday, and Rita wants to create a monster based on a birthday cake. Meanwhile, and then make the entire episode focus on Trini or Billy. But basically, it won't be a Zach focus episode. It's like you offhandedly mentioned that something involving Zach is going to happen, but then you make it like the actual episode focus on a completely different character. You're just using Zach as a jumping off point. I just wish that wasn't, that's how it felt, to be honest. But let me know what you guys think. Did you like the new suit for Rene? Did you like were you a fan of the new form that Clotho used in these last 2 episodes? Do you think Renge got robbed? What are your thoughts? Let me know. Spanner dumps out because he doesn't want to be involved in this love madness. I mean, all of us were speculating about stuff, so, So she got dumped and got the idea about world peace. Yeah. Again, if we go back to Kamen Rider Geet, the concept of world peace is extremely vague. It could have worse consequences than you intended. Let's see. And I thought she got it hard about the truth, but for him, takes it the hardest. Yeah. Let's see. Her plan was to use his giant heart to absorb it all along with him, making herself. Well, exactly. Let's see. He did, and her life force is almost drained. Okay. So she absorbed Kemi's against Zukyun even when they're absorbed. Yeah. Let's see. Grion relax. She's immune to his charm. Is she though? When did they make? Okay, I can answer this one. When he was pouring that blue stuff earlier in the episode, I'm pretty sure that's how he made the card. Isn't that the publicist guy from X-Rex episode? Maybe. Wait, you mean the ex-boyfriend? No, wait, the publicist. I need to rewatch the episode. Now I'm really curious. Was it The Exorcist? Now I'm really curious. Thanks a lot. Now I have to rewatch episode 13. Or is it 14? No, wait, episode 15. Now I have to watch episode 15. Okay, now it's his turn to get dumped. Yes. Again, if you're watching our channel, I want you to know you deserve better, unless you already have better. But don't be someone else's fallback. Be the one that is highly sought after. Because I believe in you. Zukyun! Okay, let's see. Are you more excited for Iron Gotchard Dread Type 1? Honestly, I am not really excited for either of those. Not that I'm not interested, it's just that I'm just taking it as I go. And again, Gotchard is not interesting enough of a season for me to be like invested in the next new form. Geets was the thing. And again, it's available to watch on Plex if you haven't watched it before, or if you just want to watch it again legally. It's available on the Plex app. It's free. The Gotchard's like, I'm just waiting for the final form at this point. And as of this podcast, I'm thinking Spanner's main form should have been 2 5s instead of 2 6s. Now I'm just kind of like upset about it. It's bothering me to no end at this point. Because, you had to give me that idea, and now I'm just trapped in it. Edward Gabriel says, hello, Morphin Network. Hello, Edward. I hope you're doing great. I don't know where you are, but I hope you're doing well. I don't think he is. Oh, and he did the Kiva break the chain thing. Yeah. Everyone loves to break the chain thing. Even Geets does it. which again, Geats. I'm just joking, guys. Yeah, I'm obsessed with Geats. Kamen Rider Geats, Kamen Rider Geats, Kamen Rider Geats, Kamen Rider Geats. Oh man, I gotta stop watching those Power Thirst commercials. But that's it for the comments, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Ding the bell icon to stay notified for our latest videos. Please be sure to share our videos with other people that you may think may enjoy it, because sharing them will help us with the algorithm and get more people to watch our stuff, because I'm sure they'd be interested. And if you think you know someone that might be interested, definitely feel free to share it. We got YouTube links, Facebook links. Well, both are available. As far as our content goes, we got Ultraman Tiga on Mondays, Gotchard on Wednesdays. Last 2 episodes of King Oger on this Thursday, next Thursday, because after that we got Boom Boonger. Yes, Boom Boonger. We'll be discussing it after we're done with King Oger, so be sure to be excited for that. Kamen Rider build. I know we had to take the weekend off for reasons, for medical reasons, but we will make up for it this Saturday. So be sure to stick around for that. And of course, we will find out what the new season of Kamen Rider that we'll be discussing will be after we're done with build. Now, yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, and also, we recently interviewed Jared Turner, who does the voice of Liger from Jungle Fury, and Void Knight and Void King from Dino Fury, and plays Tarek in Cosmic Fury. Wow, 3 Furies. What are the odds? And, of course, our interview is currently exclusively on Facebook, so definitely go to our Facebook page to check it out. We will upload it in the future to YouTube, but if you want to watch it now, Facebook is the only way to watch it. And check out our sister channel, The Buttery Show, where we do movie reviews, video game news. What movies or TV show will we be discussing soon? That's a secret. And of course, if you want to find my personal content, be sure to find me on Instagram at Boken_Kabuto and on Twitch at twitch.tv/BokenKabuto, where I have been playing Mega Man Battle Network. And I'll be continuing to play it maybe later tonight, or tomorrow in the afternoon. I think it's more the latter. We'll find out. We'll see. But in the meantime, you can watch my first 2 videos on my Twitch. So, yeah. And with that said, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please stay safe, stay hydrated, update emergency kits, hug your loved ones. And if you want to say hi to me in person, I will be in Simi Valley 20 Comic Fest this February 25th, which is this Sunday, at the Grand Vista Hotel in Simi Valley. It's right across the street from the Del Taco. It's going to be a Yu-Gi-Oh! Themed convention this year. It's a different theme every year. It's hosted by Scott Zillner. We had a Power Rangers one, Avatar The Last Airbender, and Digimon. This year, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! So if you're a Yu-Gi-Oh! fan, you want to say hi to the cast like Joey Wheeler or Merrick Ishtar, they will both be available at this convention. If you want to get some rare cards, possibly the Blue Eyes White Dragon, it definitely come to this convention. Or if you just want to say hi to me or Scott or anyone else that's going to be attending, definitely show up. You might get definitely check out the rare pins that they have. It's going to be a Millennium Puzzle themed pin. I'm probably going to get one myself, because Scott's conventions always have amazing pins, let's be honest. But until then, I'll see you guys tomorrow as we discuss the penultimate episode of King Oger. Have a good one, guys, and I'll see you guys real soon. Ta-da!